Hello, people. Welcome to episode 10 of What If Civilization Started Over. So, I said in this episode we're gonna see the greatest war of this universe yet, the War of the Europes. That's what it's called, because most of the other continents are not at war. It's like it's only like this part that's at war. So that's why they call it the War of the Europes. So this will be very hard to do. But I think I'm just gonna do it in the normal. So the first nation that will get invaded is this nation right here. It will get invaded by both nations that surround it, and it will collapse very fast. But the French nation and this nation, Iberia is very much isolated in this war. The Square Nation doesn't have that much troops. Their border is like this, then they're like this, then they go into like here, then they go here. So the Square Nation will move troops in this nation right here and start an invasion with the This invasion will go like this. But the Iberian nation is number 9 and this nation is very weak. So after the pushback, Iberia will fight back very fast and fully taking over this nation. After that, we see the full connection of this. So these are the two nations that collapse fast. So Scotland takes this opportunity to invade, and they do it fast. They get into this nation and fully take over the capital. So now, I didn't say this war will be long, but now the Germans will start invading, will start going into this nation, and also the Italians. There's also another nation that does also go and invade this nation right here. So this war, let's look away from this war for a few minutes and go to Southeast Asia. So we see in South Asia, we see the connection of this nation, of India and we see China also invade, also explore a lot. But there is another place where the Circle Alliance and the Blue Nation but China China ends up taking a lot of land out of this. Take almost all of this part. Also, Persia also takes some land. They take a lot of land, but and also India tries to connect to their Persian to fund them, and they do well. And now we see the beginning of the war in the what in the Middle East, yeah. So we see this nation right here had the invasion. To top that off, we see this goldish nation right here continue the invasion into this nation. Let me just do this, since this nation is the only nation here. So this nation will start the invasion. And I'm also gonna do it for France. Let's turn off the alliance layer to do it well. Turning back on the alliance layer. We see these invasions go very fast now, with the funding of the Indians going through. But going down south, we see this gold nation fully start their entrance into this nation right here. After the funding of this nation here, this nation starts funding them with a lot of troops from the Indian side, so they fully push back a lot. They push back almost fully. But after that, we see the capital gets captured by this nation. And also this nation starts going in, and we see this nation getting divided. So now this nation knows it's next, but with the funding of India, they might not be as screwed as this other nation. But the invasion starts with this. This nation goes in. The Persians are very hard to invade. They even start a liberation campaign. Getting close, but this UAE nation, I think it's 8th in the world. I don't know. I think it's 5th, yeah. This nation starts fighting back. The UAE's help. And they fully capture the capital, which I know it's there. I placed it down. So now this nation does a naval landing, going straight for the Indian border. They know India is in this war. They're not gonna let India get out of this war alive. So this is what happens. But here in Asia, in Europe, right here. Sorry about the noise. That's my brother and my sister. So as we see, so what I was saying is that in this southern part of Europe, it's not that good for these circle nation people. They maybe have, but Greece will start getting invaded by. Greece will start getting invaded by Turkey. This is a fast win by the Turkish army. They take over all of this land and making a gateway for these. This nation right here, this square nation, is now being funded by Turkey. So it's able to. So this Turkish nation is able to fund this nation with the Greek area. And they will end up calling an invasion on 3 nations at once. These nations are Poland. No, Poland isn't. 2 nations at once, actually. So this invasion is called. The invasion will start into this nation right here by both Turkey and this, but Italy is not gonna stand while they're. So they cut off these troops, and Turkey's like, who's this? They take over this area that they. So they after they cut it off, this nation takes back this. So they try another invasion with the Polish nation into this Estonian typed nation right here.
Calm down.
And after the invasion starts, they start going in fast to this nation. They start going in there fast. This nation is isolated from the rest of the Circle Alliance. So this nation's capital is captured. So this is the division that happens. This nation takes all of this part. But Poland just done a bad move. They're surrounded. So Poland. So now we see this red nation continuing on their liberation campaign, the Greek then after the Greeks get liberated, this nation takes back, I think this was their border. So now the Turkish are kicked out this area. They will fully call an invasion. This invasion is mostly ran by this. This invasion is mostly ran by this nation right here. And this nation, let me rub this nation. So they fully liberate that border, and the Italians start walking in this nation. Okay, so gotta do this all over again. After the what the heck?
Where's my phone?
So I gotta. They start invading right here to this border right here. And this nation is taken over very quick. They also do a liberate campaign into this nation. This yellow nation is liberated, fully liberated. And now they're funded. They're being funded by this. And Poland, well, it's getting the Polish treatment. Both, this nation will have to go darker, this nation will have to go lighter, because both yellow nations or Germany, it takes over the capital. This nation right here start their invasion into the Polish area. This is the division they come up with. So it looks like the Circle Alliance is winning in Europe, and they didn't start an invasion of India. So going back to the French front line, the French just got that. The Indians came to the French under Navy support, so the French managed to push back very far. Also managing to push back here. Managing to push them back straight to their border. They took over that part. ended up doing a liberation campaign, and this campaign is very well liked, and they liberate this part of Iberia. They start going for the capital and capturing the capital with the Indian troops. Iberia is slowly dead. Now the French is going. So sorry for that. So the French are going, pushing troops back and liberating this nation right here. The Indian troops are unstoppable. Oh, so this capital is in the wrong layer. Let me just fix that off camera. So, as I was saying, the French end up taking over the capital, and with that, this nation ends up collapsing. Of the French nation. Most of the people of this nation flee to Scandinavia. So we'll talk about what happened to those people now in the next episode. So we're going to this layer now. So now the French call for invasion into Italy, but the Italian army are being funded by the Egyptian army. So the Italian army that are there, they will have to fall back, and Greece end up getting fully liberated. Tries to fight back. The French are fighting strong. They are left on the Italian peninsula. These Corsica is taken. Sardinia is partially taken. Just imagine if it's taken. This part taken, and Italy is fully knocked out of this war. So that will be the end of this war. We'll do the peace treaty in the next episode, because I think this episode is not that long. For watching it, goodbye.